Hello and welcome to Try Challenger's second series. This time is Rocket League. It is Marvel Rivals. This one's going to be interesting. We've got a lot of brand new players, a lot of brand new teams coming your way. So talk about the game Marvel Rivals. It's a recently released game. It's similar to Overwatch, if people know that game. It is a 5v5, 6v6. 6v6 third person shooter, probably the most accurate way to play it, with objective points you need to capture, points you need to push, that kind of stuff. It's going to be very interesting. We've got a lot of very good players in the team lineups we have coming today and throughout the series. So the first game we're going to be seeing is Jeff versus Psylocke are the first two teams. So not having much experience in Marvel Rivals myself, I've played the game, I've done a bit of it, so I know some of the comps people can use. I know some of the teams people can use. So Jade, have you played Marvel Rivals a lot?
I have recently coming, and common thing I've noticed, training 7 years, that when it comes to Marvel Rivals, coordination, board management, one advice I give is going into matches, clear line of communication, having plans of what and how they're going to run in with no plan and just run it, die one up. And I believe, given that we haven't seen it yet, hope people heard what I was rambling there. Just probably wasn't close enough to the mic. But as I was just saying, just like ability usage is king and coordination in these backup type games, as well as if people played MOBAs and such, ability usage would be very common that carries over in games. Ethan, given that I know that you play WoW, do you think there's any sort of hero so far? If you stand out?
So given the games I play and played a bit of Marvel Rivals and stuff like that, I do agree ability usage is very, very important, especially rotations and cooldowns. If you can chain certain abilities together. So going back to Marvel Rivals about the characters, the character I kind of mained when I was playing was Magic and Luna Snow. I do understand that a lot of big nerfs that come to different characters, a lot of big buffs that come to different characters. So for example, one of my favorites, Luna Snow, her ulti charge generation was increased or decreased drastically by increasing the amount you need to charge it. So she kind of came off, like people were talking, has she lost meta and stuff like that, and people were talking about has she been removed from rotation. I personally don't think so, because her as a support, her ultimate is one of the strongest in the game. Just because of generally, if you hit that button, no one around you is going to die, kind of thing. She all in all, she does have a okay kit. She has great burst potential with one of her abilities. I can't remember what the name of it. She also can freeze, which is a decent crowd control ability, so she can control one person, just freeze them out. So easy pickings if they're alone. Otherwise, she is okay healing and okay damage. Not the top of any support by any means, and definitely not the top healing. But she can do it. She is capable of doing it. I've seen loads of Luna Snow players do it, and I've done it myself. But her kingpin, if people take her, is her ult. It'll be interesting if people run Jeff or other supports like Cloak and Dagger, just because they are very much more versatile. Jeff, right now, I have my personal hatred towards Jeff, but I won't go into that because some people love him, some people hate him.
I hate it.
Yeah, love hate relationship kind of thing. But for the other supports like Cloak and Dagger, Loki, I think the new one which came in, is it's one from Fantastic Four. I can't remember her name, but a new one. Yeah, that one. Thank you. So Invisible Woman.
My mic toned down or something.
You have to kind of get very close with the mics. It's fine. But yeah, so for Invisible Woman, having other ones like that, it will be very interesting how people use those supports to kind of enable their teams. Like Loki's good at that. Cloak and Dagger is an interesting one because 90% you run it, you're running a high DPS comp just to try and pump some more numbers because she is one of the highest DPSing supports out there right now, from my understanding. Rocket is okay, but I don't see a lot of people running him unless they kind of main him. But Rocket does have a key linchpin ability, which the revive, which you can just put down the hidden location for example, with DPS just about to drop, he throws it, they get back up, join the fight instantly. So it's going to be interesting on the supports of what supports they run, and depending on the team comps, I would personally probably see Invisible Girl, Luna Snow, Jeff, and probably Cloak and Dagger are the main four that people are going to run in these tournaments. Maybe a bit of Loki here and there, but those are probably the main 4/5 people will run. Going to the DPS are a much broader angle. Loads and loads of DPS can be played, loads and loads of different comps can be played from the DPS. It would be interesting to see what people kind of run, depending on what they're used to, or depending if they have mains and stuff like that. But the DPS will be the interesting one for me, because there's loads and loads of variety. There's loads and loads of different links they can form in different from different champions. For example,
and the team ups.
Yeah, the team ups situation in Marvel Rivals is very interesting. Some of them I don't understand properly. Like, for example, Luna Snow is a great team up with Jeff, but all it does is freeze, which is kind of an odd one when you won't want to take it for other ones.
I saw interesting ones earlier, apparently Thor and Storm and Captain America apparently connecting with electricity. Like, I wouldn't expect Captain America to have that sort of combo ability, especially with them and such, but here they
are. So enough of us rambling. The other thing probably touch up is the tanks, but the tanks is kind of one or three picks, I would say. Hulk, Venom, or Groot is probably the main three right now.
I do wonder if we'll see any Ben Grimm, though. That's the only thing.
That could be possible. But anyway,
everyone knows. Here's the thing.
Yep. Anyway, enough of us rambling. Let's get straight into the games. The first map is Asgard, the Royal Palace.
The Domination. And I'm pretty sure, like, if memory was serving right, Domination is basically King of the Hill and such.
Yes.
Which gives us a total of four maps to be played, as well as obviously, like, needing 2 points each side, or on one side to win and such. And here we go, seeing people picking such. As we talked about previously, we see Luna Snow and Invisible Woman being put into the picks, as well as the uncommon pick, that being Black Widow and such. So I do see Magic as well. What do you think they're going to be planning for this?
So right now it's the ban phases, so I think they're just going to be locking bans to try and get rid of some champions. So as we see right here, instantly I think that
would be Dr. Stephen Strange and I'm blanking Magic Lady, my mother,
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch, yes. I feel like it's so bad right now because
it happens. It's a new game. It's hard to know everything. So and now we've got a Wolverine and
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight bans. So now the bans are done. The lock-ins will start happening.
Yep.
So on the blue side, instantly locked in supports. Like I said, Invisible Woman, Luna Snow, very strong supports. They've also locked in Cloak and Dagger as well, which is interesting.
Yep. And we also see is about to get grim because I think we're about to see Ben Grimm is here to play. Here we go. Here's the thing, everybody. About to see something fantastic.
So on the blue side, you see, I think is that double support or triple support?
I believe that would be a double support.
So,
they're going for. As
so
well as a double tank.
Luna Snow, Cloak and Dagger, Venom, Magneto, Spider-Man, Invisible Girl on the blue side, and the red side, Luna Snow, is that Brock? Magneto, Helia,
Brock?
God knows.
It's Ben Grimm.
Ben Grimm.
Thing.
Cloak and Dagger again, and I think the last one was Storm.
No,
No, it's
that
not.
would be. I apologize. Hela, that's the name.
No, I said Hela. It's
Helena.
the other one. One with the trident.
I'm gonna.
Th-
Oh, and here we go into the first team fight as they try to look for initial control of the map with only 7 seconds left until control opens. Blue team seems to be able to taking control so far as we push forward into the red team as we look for them like.
So it does look like the blue side had a strong offense originally, but I think Venom going too deep and not a lot of people can follow. I know Venom's supposed to do that, but it just gave the red team enough to get them low, start pushing them off. But the support on the blue side has been very strong. No one's dropped yet, but
Ben
Venom
getting low here as he gets put back to full HP. As Ben Grimm looks to be going to maybe full as they begin to push forward with blue team taking control of the point here. As Spider-Man goes in, trying to look for the dive. Does he get a pick? Does he fall? No, he survives as he falls back as he gets put to half HP as he looks to back off. Roll with red team actually be able to take control here though, as blue team actually manages to stabilize as Magneto looks to try and take care of the support line, trying to follow but not able to take out Luna Snow. This is such a chaotic battle right now. Nobody seems to be dying, but everyone seems to survive as Luna Snow uses her ult, surviving, keeping her team alive, as Venom goes in again, goes to half HP. Spider-Man goes in again, doesn't seem to be able to get anybody though, as Spider-Man gets punished. He falls as red team continues to stabilize this point as Venom tries desperately to find anything at all to help the team goes in, as Star-Lord tries to find any sort of follow-up to any sort of damage going out, as I believe that's Magneto maybe? No, Magneto goes to half HP again, still being pushed off the point as red team takes control, as Magneto is almost dead. Does he get caught out? Does he survive? No! He dies again as blue team stabilizes the point. A magnificent and valiant effort put up by red team, but blue team just manages to keep a stabilization and just manages to hold on as we continue this as it goes into nearly finishing the point. Does red team have enough time to actually get onto the point, or does Venom get punished here and it actually triggers overtime? No, they don't. Blue team secures the palace as we go into the next map, that being Bifrost Grider. What an amazing first match, actually. Such stable pushes and such picks that actually is so decisive, but red team just doesn't seem to be able to take any sort of advantage away from blue team. What has just happened?
So there was a lot of good pushes, a lot of negatives on either side. There was a lot of picks on both sides, but not much pushing potential going on from it. So a lot of the blue supports got picked, but Luna Snow was able to capitalize off that, just to keep everyone up, just keep the push going, and just keep the hold. Red team did have a heavy push at one point. However, unfortunately, they didn't care about Nuke Silver, who went on a complete rampage at that point and took out both of their supports and then one of their damage dealers, leaving basically, I think it was Magneto and one other person on the point at that point, and then it was just a free push just to walk over the team. So well played to the blue side, holding that point. Unlucky for the red side, not being able to push onto that. But this one could be different. As Spider-Man gets caught out by Star-Lord very, very early, but he is in the back line with Venom trying to knock out the supports. But Spider-Man doesn't really get much on it. Venom is still struggling. Have a good hold from the blue side. It is very split. At the moment it's Venom versus 3, and then I think two of them versus the rest of the blue side. Spider-Man does go down, but that does give enough time for the blue side just to hold the point, take off the Magneto, and I think that was Thor, while Venom was just mucking around with the last three enemies at the other side. Venom does get another pick here, straight onto. Not sure who that is. I can't see the thing properly. My eyes are going. Apologies everyone on stream. But Venom does get a pick here just to keep holding. He is sustaining very, very well on the front line, just holding them back, and he goes straight in on Magneto. Very nice kill there. He's now going straight into Cloak and Dagger to try and push Cloak and Dagger off the point. Venom going back in, holding it. That Venom player is very very well versed at how strong Venom can be and how you can utilize Venom to its optimum. Being very very quick, very mobile, yet being very heavily frontline bruiser. For right now, the red side are hitting down, but Venom supports Cloak and Dagger and Luna Snow doing everything to optimize while engaging. Very nice ult by Cloak and Dagger there. However, unfortunately, it's caught out by Star Wars there. I think that was Star Wars ult doing that. So very well played by Star Wars. Blue side kind of capitulating after one of the supports being taken down, one of the damage dealers, and just pushing them back. Venom is still holding the point, but unfortunately he does go down here right now from Magneto, which is unlucky. They are still holding the point. However, red side has now just taken it due to push them off long enough, which is unfortunate. But here we see probably some of the ults coming back in. Magneto with an ult straight onto... I can't see who that is again. My eyes are going. But yeah, great ult by Magneto there to try and just get some leverage on the point. Venom going back in, nice group up with Pendulum ability there, getting another pick there, giving blue side enough to push in. Luna Snow popping ult just to keep both tanks alive and one of the DPS. Well played by that, just holding the point, doing what blue side did earlier. Thor trying to go mental, trying to knock people off the point. Isn't really doing much to his favour. Luna Snow with a nice freeze to stop his momentum. Thor now, I think, being caught out here, which is very, very unfortunate. But he might catch out Luna Snow, and he does. Unfortunately, Luna Snow goes down. Nice catch out by Thor, very well maintained, and a good job for these supports, keeping him up, keeping him playing. However, Magneto could go down here from Venom, but Venom has switched
I'm getting melted here.
Venom being able to stay up due to his survivability. Both tanks aren't looking in pretty shapes. Both teams aren't looking pretty shapes, but blue side has pushed them off the point long enough to recapture the point to retake it. Thor now in the backline alone with no support. He does go down. Venom and Spider-Man both now jump in to the enemy team just to try and push them off the point. Blue side really push them back, making sure they can't go anywhere, which is unfortunate there. But Magneto on a last final ditch effort to try and hold the point. However, I don't think he can hold it for very long. He is getting hit from both sides, and unfortunately he cannot get back on the point long enough. So blue side does take both points in the first game, giving them the whole game. Well played, blue side. So very well played to them. Unlucky to the red side, and I'm not sure who was blue and red, but I'm sure my team over there can let me know which is which. I think blue side was Jeff. The blue side was Jeff, so well played by Jeff, taking the first game, first win. It's a very good standpoint to do, winning the first game. It puts them on a point to literally move themselves forward in the right direction, saying, we've got a foot out here, we just need to look at those games, improve from them, practice from them, and move up from that. Unlucky to Psylocke there, not having the best of games, but everyone has the rough days. They did play well, but unfortunately, I think they chose the wrong team comps into Jeff's team comps there. So Psylocke kind of had a disadvantage. They did pick very, very good supports, but I think a couple of their tanks could be maybe altered around for different tanks here and there, or some different DPS to try and counter that Spider-Man leap. For example, having magic on Spider-Man, when Spider-Man jumps in, magic can almost one-shot Spider-Man if catches him on the combo. So it's kind of stuff like that, just to rearrange the team slightly, just to be able to fight those kind of comps. But well played to Jeff and well played to Psylocke. But Jeff taking the first game 2-0, very, very well played.
Yep, especially the strong comeback that Psylocke seemed to be able to actually mount, even especially on Bifrost Gardens as well. Like, it goes to show that maybe that this series actually won't be all that one-sided, maybe. As well as, even though we saw just how aggressive that Jeff seemed to just want to play, just they would just want to keep just going and just keep going. But no, it seems that Psylocke has, as we saw, they said, no, we will not be overwhelmed, we will not be pushed around, we'll be able to hold our ground and such. As we actually saw them actually get up to half, just over half actually, So I'm pretty sure this will actually be maybe a closer series as we go into our next map, which I hopefully should be soon, unless the players aren't just quite ready. Maybe talking about some sort of strategy, maybe, and like how to counter Jeff and such.
N- that's fine. We're just talking about the game we just saw. Fine. We're talking about the second game going into the stream game. Sorry, just a discussion with some of our production team because there was an off-stream game going on at the same time. We were just discussing the game we just saw. The off-stream game is still going on, so you'll still see us for a little bit. Just talk about the game which just played. As soon as that game is finished, we can then move on to the next game, which will be played. But for the team, for the side of Jeff, looking at some of the key players for some of the plays. Newt Silver was very, very good on the Invisible Girl in the first match, securing points, getting crucial picks and crucial kills at some points to push points.
Well, definitely living up to the role, as I barely saw her actually. So it goes to show that definitely playing the characters intended.
Then you had their person playing Luna Snow had very, very well timed ults there, just to hold points, hold objectives, and for example, in the first map when Blue Side start getting pushed back, a lovely ult just to stall the point, just to get the team back on the point, reorganize, kind of regrouped up to mount a counter push on the red side, getting 4 or 5 picks here, there, and there, just to push them off the point completely and just basically hold down the first point. In the second match, it was a bit to and fro. There was a bit of when Psylocke did hold the point for a period of time where they pushed Jeff back, but I think that was because Jeff just didn't play to their strength well enough. They kind of overextended and kind of left a lot of their supports and squishies at the back, just being undefended, which allowed some of Psylocke's team just to rush through Venom and Spider-Man just to be able to wipe through the rest of the team, which was kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Those kind of things happen, but I do think as we're moving on throughout out this series and out this tournament, that a lot more team content will be orientated, a lot more players will be oriented around each other's play styles and almost blend together to make their teams who they are. It'll be surprising to see who practices together, who doesn't practice together, who improves throughout the tournament. If there's any mentals which may be shaken off these games, or any mentals which can be thrown out the water due to certain plays or certain team fallouts, which can happen. They have happened before. So
happen again.
so it'll be interesting to see what kind of happens here throughout the games and what goes on. But again, back to the first game, Jeff versus Psylocke, very, very well played from both teams, and Jeff with the superior performance, getting the 2-0 on the map. So very well played to them. And all I can say is congratulations to Jeff and Psylocke. Very well played. They still have some time to improve. This is only the round robin stages, so I would like to see more of them and more of what they can perform going forward.
Yep, I agree. And especially with Jeff's performance so far, though, but I wonder if this is really the strongest team that we'll see throughout the entire series, and maybe, just maybe, that there'll be some team that actually will be able to throw Jeff right now. As obviously, like, and to viewers watching as well, that they're the only team that we've seen so far. And I'm curious, just like, if maybe in the upcoming matches, we'll see maybe a team that looks even stronger than Jeff, or maybe actually will have even a better shot at actually beating them as such. So I'm not too sure, considering just like how strong the performance was from all the players on the side of Jeff. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting of which teams will start showing like the key point winners. I don't think we'll find out who will be the top runners and top dogs until we've seen at least all the games being played. So probably in the next 2 weeks or so, we'll probably see the kingpins coming out on top due to all the results and all this other stuff we will see going forward. From what I've seen so far, Jeff's as the team is very, very strong. They are a key competitor. but don't count out Psylocke. They did push back. They did play well. I think it was just a bit of the team chemistry on the side of Psylocke needs improving, where Team Jeff I think had a lot more time to prepare in their teams. But I do think it will be interesting to see the next next maps, depending on what map, because it did look like Jeff was strong on Asgard, but they may be weak on a completely different map. They may be weak on Spider Verse or what's the other one? There's another one.
I'm not too sure in terms of the maps. There's obviously the game still new, just like all the probably should have had it written down somewhere here.
Yeah.
For the maps, but obviously, like with the modes and such, there's no telling that maybe that Jeff strong student may be like a lot worse on maps like on game on maps game modes like payload or escort type maps and such.
Yeah,
but who knows?
Yeah, that is a possibility. They do look strong on domination and control points because it looked like their team comp was very organized around King of the Hill, but it doesn't look like they are just stuck to one team comp. It does look like very flexible because you saw some of the picks they chose. You saw some of them change out here and there quickly to just give the team the advantage. But from what I saw, Asgard is a good map for Jeff, and if as we're going in the future when they start picking maps for themselves, they might want to look at going Asgard, saying one of their key maps from this game. But again, it's still early. You still don't know what's going to go on. It's been a very intense first match for both sides. But I wouldn't say just get overconfident by this, and I definitely wouldn't say Psylocke get too negative by this because it is the first game we've seen so far. This is the first time they've all played together in these teams. So it'll be very interesting how these kind of go forward, how these take these games forward and see what they do to improve, maybe change, alter, just to make themselves better than they are now in general. But again, it's going to be interesting to see how they move forward from this.
I do wonder when the next match will be soon, though, as I'm excited to see just like just the next teams and current performances, though, and I'm most certainly hope that the viewers at home are enjoying the matches that we've got going on so far.
Yeah.
But I don't hear any words in terms of production just yet as matches ended yet, so we can go on to the next ones. So I do hope I'll be quite soon.
I think the production is still sorting out. I think the teams are just getting organized, kind of thing, to try and get that all sorted and get that all prepped. But yeah, these kind of stuff happens because some games last longer than others. This is Marvel Rivals is quick in general, but it can go into a heavy overtime if both teams are very close to the wire, just both competing for the same point. Because I've had a game of Marvel Rivals which lasts 30 minutes because overtimes last 20 minutes. That's kind of how the game goes. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the next games path out and see how they go. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting for the rest of the series and what goes on. I'm trying. I'm dead. Sorry, production wants to keep talking. So anyway, going back to Marvel Rivals, talking about different comps people can use, different champions, which I've seen be played. So the most common comp I've seen be run, from let's go from tanks to support. So tanks first is usually a Venom Magneto, into a double DPS, which is usually going Spider-Man and usually a Storm or Scarlet Witch are a good two to pick up after that, into a Lunar Snow, and last one, Cloak and Dagger, is usually the highest combo, most played comp I've seen be played. The only ones which kind of switch out are, for example, like Doctor Strange taking the side of Magneto, or Venom being switched out by someone like Thor or Captain America, just to have more like tankiness, frontline engage kind of way. Because Venom is very much the I'm running in solo kind of thing, and the Venom Spider-Man combo is very very strong if you play that well. But I do know Spider-Man is quite difficult to be played properly, and if you don't play him properly, everyone will know. So I'll be wondering if Spider-Man will be dropped from a lot of these teams just to try and pick up something like a Magic or Storm or anything along those lines, because a lot of them are very strong. It will be interesting to see if we see any snipers coming out, for example, like Black Widow, Hawkeye, those kind of ones, just to be played.
It can be quite awkward to play in such, as I've seen. Though I will just bringing it back to Spider-Man as such, like, though, can you really blame him? If we're talking comic book, being like accurate to comics, Spider-Man doesn't kill, so like, killing in game, just like, I don't know, just I don't think so. I think it also applies the code that he lived to die, but as they say,
I wouldn't really in Marvel Rivals and games like this. I wouldn't really go too lore and look at the stories, because it is interesting going through the backgrounds and looking at the characters, looking who they are, and looking at the laws.
I'm just saying, just more so the obviously, like, as obviously having seen Spider-Man plays as well in my own games, just like people who literally like go in, die immediately, blame the team, just like dive 15 feet into the enemy.
So some of the times this happens, some of the people are like that. Best way I've experienced them is just ignore them.
Yeah.
And just play your own game. It's how I kind of play in general. Like, for a lot of the people who are toxic with Flame, I just keep my mouth shut and just play my own game. But I know that's a lot of people who's played Marvel Rivals, and a lot of people who experience Marvel Rivals have suffered stuff like that. For example, having a instant lock Luna Snow, instant lock Spider-Man, instant lock Black Widow, instant lock Hawkeye, instant lock Magic. There are a lot of people like that, and then if they don't get the champions, if you choose them, they get very, very harsh, very, very toxic. But in all of these games kind of happens. For example, League of Legends has the exact same thing. Installing that Yasuo, flaming, you're going to go 0 and 10 instantly, those kind of things. So you kind of see that on everything. It's just recently on Marvel Rivals, because it's the new big thing, it's the new big game, because everyone's start playing it, because it's kind of like the replacement for Overwatch in the scene. Even though they are slightly different genres of games, because one's more of a first-person shooter, the other one's more of a third. But it's kind of one of those things that you kind of look at going, it's kind of the big brother or big replacement of Overwatch, because Overwatch kind of started dying out. So it's going to be interesting how that organizes and how that funnels out, if Marvel Rivals want to try and scrape that out, because Marvel Rivals is directed to more of a younger audience, looking at how the gameplay is played, than Overwatch.
Yep.
But it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. A lot of the new characters coming out, for example, like Galactica and other people like that. Is it Galactic Girl?
It's Galactica. Pretty sure she's the daughter of Galactus.
Yes. So having people like that joining now the Marvel Rivals, and see if people will play them, it will be very, very interesting, because a lot of them are quite new.
Yep.
And everyone knows that new characters usually have a what's the right way to say this? A track record of being broken when they first come out. Like, very, very strong in certain situations.
Yeah, well, that goes to be the story with a lot of these games and such, and especially compared to FPS games as well. They bring out these new characters, to shake up, like bring something new, and then they just unleash a demon into the lobbies. How it usually goes, but then after about 2 months, they finally get brought down to regular level.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I also think, speaking on behalf of myself right here, but I'm sure my other, some of my producers behind the camera will agree with me, saying about Mel and League of Legends being very, very broken. I think she's quite balanced in the way she's played, but I'm sure my one of my producers behind the camera will instantly start shaking their head at me, saying, "No, you're completely wrong. I'm going to throw something at you soon."
Well, let's stop talking about it so we don't get thrown a equipment at us.
It won't be the first time that's happened, and it definitely will not be the last. Isn't that right, Nick? Nothing. Don't worry about it. You ignored exactly what I said. Cool. It's typical. It's either get ignored or something thrown at me. Isn't that right?
I mean, it makes me feel better. I'll throw something at you.
the observer in the background, Jordan, who was my fellow caster last time, is now throwing imaginary objects at me because I'm sure he's going to get suplexed in a second anyway. So this is all going to go fun. There's going to be a WWE match happening soon.
Yep, and I hope you have a Netflix subscription because that's the only place you're going to be able to watch it.
Oh no, I'm going to be out the window first. Nice.
That's like triple stained glass.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
and here
going
we
to
go.
next game. So Hell's Haven, Hydra's base. So this one's going to be interesting. It's another domination map. I think most of these are going to be domination maps. So this team is... There is no bans this time because it's not competitive, but... Oh, no, the bans are now started, so there is bans. So it is a competitive match.
Ban Spider-Man.
So blue side's instantly banned Spider-Man out.
Everybody says get Peter's broke ass out of here. Very, very humorous to see.
So that's the Spider-Man and Storm ban are the two bans there.
And who will be next? The Namor be removed.
Not a bad ban. He was a challenge last match to some people. He is a very versatile DPS who can be played in a lot of different situations. So a good ban. So another DPS ban on the blue side,
As well as Luna Snow being banned.
and
on the red
Luna
side.
Snow being banned. That's a rarity. It shows that one side doesn't really care if they have it or not. They rely on the supports the other way, and the two supports they're picking up for that is Invisible Girl and Cloak and Dagger for that.
Yep, and it seems to be that following the try and intrude double everything in terms of the support tank and DPS. Well, I should say duelist, but it's damage, so DPS. But anyways, as we look to go here, as we see blue side have the Doctor Strange, Moon Knight, Magic, Penny Parker, and Invisible Girl, and Cloak and Dagger. As we see on the red side, we have the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, Cloak and Dagger, Sue Storm, Magneto, Logan, aka Wolverine, and Magic. Some comic.
This can be
Comic
interesting
lore.
because this one is going to be 3 duelists, one tank, and then 2 supports versus two tanks, 2 duelists, and 2 supports.
Oh, and we can see the cursor. I'm not sure that's.
So blue side has gone very much of a more offensive role in this to try and get more of a damage done, whereas in red side has gone for more of an even one.
It's already taken a point of objective, and I don't even know Wolverine's literally right above it. Wolverine looks to go in, starts dealing some major damage onto the. Is that the Moon Knight? No, it's the Moon Knight.
Magic already
and Magic
picking off
only
2 in the
takes but
back line.
3. And Bucky Barnes helps at taking another onto the Doctor Strange. And she, gosh, Magic is so broken it seems, just tearing a new one into all tanks and such. Wow. 4 already found within the first couple of seconds of the game. Does she find 5? Here's the thing. Given the 5k, don't steal us, Logan. Come on. I want to see 5. Magic, come on. Yeah, there we go. 5 kills. And do we see maybe a 6 here? Does she go for it? Nope, she just seems to back off. That's impressive. Just-
Right now, she's done her job. She's gone to the back line, tore out the back line, giving the her team much breathing room on the red side. Very well played from that by Magic. She may probably go for another play like that again. That's what Magic's kind of designed for: running the back line, taking out the back line, just dealing a huge amount of damage and being a huge menace very quickly for her team, and then allowing her team to push through.
It's exactly what you want to see, just like DPS doing, just flowing in the back line. As we see, wait, what happened to Logan? Logan fell off the map, as it doesn't seem to matter as he continued to just tear up onto blue team and such. As it's just incredible. Just Magic just pairing everybody a new one with Bucky Barnes, who, as we see him go for a third, maybe? As Magic just once again just having to dominate for everybody. Incredible.
Red side showing real dominance on this map so far. Really, they haven't found a way to deal with that Magic right now. The red side Magic is very, very strong, very powerful. Blue side have tried to switch up their team comp slightly, but red side has just kept it true and true to the exact what they picked out. 3 duelists, 1 tank, 2 ports here. So it's been very interesting. They've gone for a more heavily offensive build, more of a almost rush comp is what I would call it in Overwatch. They have started using the ults, but very well played the red side, getting the first map, going straight into the second with the head held high, being able to get the first map very comfortably into Frozen Airfield. Frozen Airfield is an interesting one because some of the teams will be switching up their team comps here, some won't, because this map is it's much more open than Helios field, but this one is much more open. It's got a lot more in depth to the point as such, because it has like this massive box, and then on the other side when the train comes, it's got this massive basically room where they can just go around each other, start cutting through, getting some open positions. It's gonna be interesting of what Magic and Logan do to prioritize that. However, I will want to see a lot more of so Blue side have switched their DPS here to that Moon Knight.
Yep, that's Moon Knight.
So I would love to see how Moon Knight adjusts to this, see if he has more picks, see if he can actually pull off here, especially with the play points here. However, it does look like that red side are going to just use the quick win to push straight through and use Magic as a almost fail-safe and Logan as a dive. So, like Logan going in on his own and a Magic coming from behind. Blink Soldier doing the exact same thing as Magic, just jumping on people, trying to misplace them, step them out, push them away. But red team are getting quick picks here. Very well played. They are having a lot better time than blue side. Blue side is getting pushed all the way back by Logan, Magneto, and Magic here, being basically going on a rampage, not caring who's in front of them, going. They are getting supported by a couple of other people, but those 3 are the main 3 just running through people like they're nothing.
Incredible match. Right now, red just airing everything into team as Wolverine seems to try and be a bit cheeky, trying to maybe do something, find a pick on force in the back line. But no, the blue team says, you stop that, go away. As Odd seems to be green and Magic when it comes to full traction. Dang it. That was certainly a match. Time as red team stabilizes it. Some sort of control and shut down. Wait. Like Blue team finds a pick on the Bucky Barnes as Magneto seems to try and control the space here, trying to get a pick onto the Moon Knight, and he does, slowing down to the push though. But can they push in here? Can they push in at all with the pick that's found? So are they going to? And yeah, just as I suspected, both Wolverine and Magic just tearing it up, just going in as we see Wolverine actually takes in the five. Clearly one for the high.
Yeah, it's been very, very well played by the red side so far, and it does look like the red side are going to claim this victory. The Magic and Wolverine combo are going to be a deadly combo to watch out for. Just Magic be able to one-shot and Wolverine just diving in like they're nothing. However, blue side are trying to keep it in overtime with their magic, trying to push it on. But Cloak and Dagger doing a very good job in just holding the point, just keeping it alive. Wolverine just chilling at blue side spawn at this point, not really caring about the point, trusting his team, saying, yeah, we're going to win this no matter what. And there you go. Blue side had to back off due to how many picks were taken, and red side now taking 2 maps to nil, giving them the win. Well played to the red side. Blue side had no answers.
Complete and utter domination.
Break.
Okay. As we will be going to a break, but before we leave, I would like just to say congratulations to both sides for putting up a valiant effort throughout the entire match. So I will just say one thing though, like we've all heard about Corey in the house though, but you know, there's Wolverine in the spawn, you know, just it's all the way in the enemy spawn, just you know, trying to say hi to the opponents before they go and go back to lobby.
Yeah, it's both teams play very well in that, but obviously the red side's Magic and red side Wolverine as the duo duelist combo was completely annihilating people from the back line to the front line, one after another. So well played to both sides. We will be going for a break now, and we will be back shortly. So stick around for the next games. There will be three games after this. So everyone stick around. We will be back very shortly. Get some drink, get some food in you, and we'll see you in a bit. Peace. Welcome back. We have just returned from the break and we will have 3 games now. The first game should be coming up shortly. However, after the break, looking at those last 2 games, the Mantis played very, very well in their game, which was the last game which played. They were the side which kind of dominating. The Magic and the Wolverine there really showcasing the power of those two duelists, of especially jumping on the back line. Jeff in the first game as well, playing very well, holding both points. Both of those teams are very strong, and I look forward to seeing them in the future. But we will be moving into the next game shortly, if I'm not mistaken, and seeing how that progresses. And the next game, if I'm not mistaken, will be Jeff and Thor, which this will now be interesting how they move forward. We've seen Jeff previously. They were quite a very good side, but we haven't seen Thor yet. So this is going to be interesting how they kind of compete versus each other.
Yep. Is question of will Thor bring the thunder, or will the storm pass over and allow Jeff to just vibe?
It'll be Jeff swallowing the team or Thor bringing the thunder down. That's the 2 catchphrases of these teams in this next match. But yeah, it should be interesting. These 2 teams, from what I've seen already, look well matched, but anything could change. Of course, Jeff having a very dominant performance in the first game. Haven't seen Thor yet, so this can be the first time we see them in the games. They have been playing games outside of these games, so they have been still playing. They have been warming up. They have been doing other things. But from what I've seen, Jeff, I think, has the kingpin from so far.
Kingpin?
Yeah, a king spot.
Oh, yeah.
Apart from Mantis is probably the strongest one. What's up? Okay. No, it's just seeing if there's issues or other stuff going on. But we will be going shortly into the next games and seeing how these games go. But yeah, we do have 3 games remaining, so stick around. We do still have 3 more, so hopefully these 3 games will be more entertaining than the last 2.
And as well as just these games have just been, unfortunately, just like last side, like one side for the last one. But I hope that it will definitely be changed up for this time around as we go into this next one. So I'm not too sure how much longer until this game starts, though. So I wonder, just like if Thor actually has any sort of like tricks up their sleeve, like maybe they've been watching in the background and just been, just talking amongst each other, like making some sort of plan to counter that Spider-Man and that Venom that just seems to keep going balls in constantly.
But Thor's game was their first game off screen was versus Mantis, and we just saw Mantis play. They were very, very strong when they played. So it will be interesting of how they take from that game. I think Mantis did win that game, if I'm not mistaken. And so Thor is coming back from a loss. So let's see if they kind of bounce back or their mental's kind of drained from that game. So they have played versus a very, very good side, especially we saw the Mantis last game. They are very, very on form, especially the Magic Wolverine combo, if they played that in the last game. But GF coming from a very, very clean win, but they did play a game in between these 2 games. So I can't remember how that went, if Jeff won that or not. But yeah, so Jeff coming through from my perspective of seeing it, Jeff coming through with at least 1 win under their belt. So it will be interesting. Thor coming with a loss, Jeff coming with a win, see how that kind of goes. I'm not too sure how this game is going to go. I want to say Jeff probably had the advantage, especially them running the comps they did originally. I had a very, very strong push, but they need to almost hammer out those overextends, leaving their supports out to dry and other stuff. But it will be interesting seeing how this goes, and hopefully the next game will be starting soon-ish. We're just waiting for a couple of players to return quickly from just having that break and stuff like that. Probably just having a bio break and getting some snacks and some drinks while we're waiting. So just waiting for them to return to join. Then we shall be going in. Is there anything you want to add or say? Or
I'm not too sure. Just like, I mean, other than just the only thing that I could possibly offer to Thor, just like the word of advice, is just to be prepared for the initial dive that Spider-Man and Venom will be going in to do. Because if they can, like be prepared for that initial dive, then they'll be able to counter and just be able to hold on and be able to win more fights. As just, I noticed just like initially with all these plays from the both of them, just like Spider-Man goes in on the back end while they go in on the front. Like if they can figure out just like how to counter like the initial like push, then they'll be able to sustain themselves for longer and survive. And that's just the main thing they have to keep in mind. Because if they don't counter these sort of initial movements or pushes, then they'll just constantly just steamrolled every single time. And that's the biggest thing they have to keep in mind going into these fights.
yeah, it will be interesting seeing that, seeing if they pull out the Venom and Spider-Man again. It is a very strong combo, but I think they may switch it out for certain games. So it'll be interesting if they drop the Spider-Man Venom combo because of the map choices. Like going Asgard, Spider-Man Venom is very, very strong because most maps have a lot of swinging points to go from. Where now we're in Brian T'Challa, which is the Emperor of Wakanda.
But something that I noticed just like the similarity with the ship is just be very much to I've forgotten the spot. Oh, it's Nowhere. The skull from the Guardians series, like just the Nowhere skull and such. Something that for helmet seems to remind quite a lot of last. But anyways, as we go in here though, as we see Moon Knight basically being entirely rid of.
Yeah, Jeff almost instantly getting rid of Moon Knight here, and Thor getting rid of Luna Snow. So I do think Luna Snow will either have 100% pick rate or 100% ban rate, or both in this so far, because she is very, very strong. And then Thor instantly getting rid of the Invisible Girl, if I'm not mistaken, getting rid of another support, really locking down the supports of who they can play here. And Jeff getting rid of the Doctor Strange, which will be interesting ban there. Instant locking Spider-Man there for the side of Jeff. On the side of Thor, you got Doctor Strange, Hulk, or Banner is the better way to say it. Loki coming in there. Is that Adam?
I'm pretty sure that's Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock.
Unless yeah, wait, no, that's Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock, I think, getting into the pick there. Magneto, Psylocke, and the last one for Thor hasn't been picked yet. Oh, there you go. It just came in, Cloak and Dagger. Where on the side of Jeff, you have Cloak and Dagger, Venom and Spider-Man combo is coming back again. You got, I think that's Rocket, Mantis, and Wolverine. So looking at the sides, it is going to be a 1 Vanguard, which is tanks, 3 support, and 2 duelists on the side of Jeff. Whereas in the side of Thor, we'll have 2 supports, 2 Vanguards, and 2 duelists. So this can be very interesting how these team orientated. Jeff has gone for a very support heavy, buff heavy comp, which is what they went with last time, which gave them a very, very good opportunity, and the heals were very, very strong. Where the side of Thor has gone for more of a balanced comp.
Here we see Ben Grimm throwing hands with the initial push as he throws hands with Venom as he's forced out. And we see just like red team just like pull together and take my bite. They actually find a pick onto the Wolverine from Ben Grimm from the thing. But here's the thing, like Ben Grimm just constantly just bullying his Venom, denying all its health. Just like look at him go, just denying everything as he pushes forward. And he actually goes to take out Venom. This is exactly what I was talking about. As I told you, They need to stick together and constantly just like feel for one another.
So from either side, Wolverine getting a pick back. However, Magic trying to go rampage on supports. Wolverine taking out another one with the assistance of, I think, Rocket there. The supports are strong and keeping everyone up, but I do think they just need cautious of those split plays which Jeff loved doing, like Venom going in, Wolverine going in, and leaving the supports behind, because they are running a 3 support meta. They are heavily downforced on the extra Vanguard to protect the back line with the Venom kind of rush as such. It can work out in their favor as long as they play very, very defensive around them. But it didn't work out in the first early push, but the counter push on the second one where Thor were pushing into them did pay off again with that heavily engaged kind of Venom, Spider-Man, Wolverine, triple going in for like almost like a triple threat there. Wolverine going in again, trying to pick a pick, but they are trying to focus out the thing here, trying to get him down, which is not really working. Wolverine does switch onto the supports at the back with Spider-Man, getting 1 pick, maybe trying to get 2 with Spider-Man. They do take out 3 here in the back line. Wolverine does need to get back before he can get picked.
He gets away just with the tiniest bit of HP.
Very well played by supports, getting into next to Wolverine in time. I think that was Mantis getting there just about in time, just to pick up Wolverine's health, so he wasn't picked there, just to keep them up max health. I think this is one last push for Thor here, trying to push the point. With that triple support, they will need to take out at least 2 supports to give them an edge. But their damage, Jeff's team is.
Thor finds 2, as they find the Cloak and Dagger though, and literally attention is drawn all the way onto the point. Wolverine tries to throw hands with Ben Grimm as they begin to just keep fighting as they actually manage to hold on, just like Wolverine
managing to pick 3 people off the point instantly there as they start to do the push, allowing them to push the rest of the point. Venom easily holding the rest of them on his own, while the heavy support meta is keeping their team flowing, keeping their HPs up. Even if 1 support or 2 supports drop, they still got an extra one in their pocket to keep them going, to keep them fighting. So very well played by Team Jeff there. Team Thor had an amazing first push, amazing first rush, but unfortunately they couldn't come back after that due to the coordination of the triple threat. Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Venom were possessing onto them. If the observer can hit tab for a second so we can see the leaderboards. So as you can see here, it's been a very, very heavily support diff in the fact of healing, just keeping everyone up, just keeping everyone moving from the side of the triple support. It is very split on the support, so no one's doing more than another. There are a couple of ones which have slightly more healing, but there is a lot of buffing coming in, a lot of damage boost, a lot of other stuff to give them the opportunity. Thor has switched up their stuff this time to give them more of a objective style tank, just to control points, but I'm not sure if that will give them an advantage here because of Venom. But Venom is very much heavily, I don't care what you have there, I'm jumping on top of you and trying to destroy everything around you. With their triple support as well, it's going to be very hard to whittle them down with the control, so it's going to be interesting to see how this works in the side of Thor's favor. Thor's favor does have 1 picked already, taking their team down 1 person on the point. Cloak and Dagger almost going down on the side of Jeff, however managed to get away, managed to do some damage. But a nice ult by Magneto there, just to get rid of some person. Spider-Man going in, taking out Jeff instantly. Nice support kill there. Going straight back in for, I think that is Invisible Cloak and Dagger. Going for the Cloak and Dagger, going for the second support. He doesn't manage to find the kill, unfortunately, but he does do enough damage to try and split their vision there.
All doing a phenomenal job just holding on to this point, just not letting anybody down though. Even though like they are taking hits though, Ford just keeps finding some sort of way just to keep holding on, and just like annoying like Jeff as they just try control away, but they just keep dancing around the point just so elegantly, just denying any sort of control taken from
Venom with a lovely push from off Magneto at the point. However, they couldn't really get anything out of it due to the constant dancing on and off the point that Thor was doing. Penny now using her ult here just to try and control the point, give some massive damage over to people. However, Venom is happily soaking that up, saying, "You're not going to kill me with 3 support behind me," which is kind of unfortunate for the team. But they did manage to get
oh, and here we go, three
picks,
to Fallen.
all on the supports here, so they have no healing right now. Waiting, trying to get the supports back. Spider-Man does drop here on the side of
But
Jeff.
we also find Free as well, just what blow for blow, bar for bar, constantly, just as there's only Venom now just on the point, as he also falls. What a round, just as the see the people trying to make their way onto the point now. But do they get it? Yes, Spider-Man gets there on overtime, as he literally looks to try and literally just do anything, just trying to buy some time before the tanks can get back. As he literally just, he's set up well now, but does Thor manage to pull the same miracle and able to survive? But no, it looks like maybe, just maybe that Thor may just be able to hold on here, as literally Wolverine goes directly onto the Penny Parker. So she literally will refuse to be fallen down as she's brought back to full HP. As we see Magneto being controlled completely and utterly ripped apart by Wolverine. As he finds 2, Spider-Man finds another onto the Penny Parker. As we see just another just absolutely phenomenal like take and a valiant effort from Thor. As they have one fight, only one fight to win and turn this whole thing. As we see Star-Lord now trying to actually just run away from there. As no, he just finds himself into a wall. As Venom and Spider-Man just literally like say, "Hello, Governor, it's time to get shanked," as you do in England.
A lot of blow lives there. So the early push you saw Thor did, they managed to take out all 3 supports, and that's the one thing you need to try and do with Jeff early. Take out the 3 supports, the rest of the team will fall. However, Spider-Man and Venom held long enough for the supports to get back, for Spider-Man to get back after he went down, for the supports just keep Spider-Man up to allow the rest of the team to come back. Right now, the whole mission is get down Mr. President for the supports for the side of Jeff. As long as you keep the supports up, the team will keep running strong. As you can see here, they're trying to sort out the supports because Venom is now dropped. Jeff ulting, I think that's all 3 supports he's got in his ult. So
Jeff finds Free.
So two supports and Spider-Man goes down from that ult. Very well played. Wolverine now goes down. Now it's just Venom and I think that's Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger now goes down for the side of Jeff. Thor has taken the point. Spider-Man does get back to the point, but there's no support, nothing around him. Venom managed to get back just in time.
Tries to do literally anything, but just, you know, what happens when 6 people look at you, you know, in a game like this. It's just nothing else but just a pure annihilation.
That's very unfortunate side of the team, Jeff, but very well played for the side of Thor, and that was a very, very tight point on either side. Jeff trying to claw back their losses when all 3 supports drop here, but Thor just had the counter for it. Very well played by either side. Unfortunately, this time it looked like that Thor had the advantage with the open map, like Jeff throwing off the maps with the killing triple support and stuff like that, which is unfortunate, but it kind of happens in these sort of games. So that's very unfortunate. So now we're going to the 3rd map here. Will Thor take it or will Jeff take it? It's going to be very, very tight. Jeff's still running that triple support meta, this time switching, keeping Rocket, Mantis, and Cloak and Dagger, keeping the Venom and Spider-Man, and keeping the Wolverine, whereas in Team Thor has kept a similar lineup as they did. I think the only difference is when they changed Jeff halfway through that round and just taking Jeff for this round as well. This can be interesting because it is a very open map. Jeff has a load of ulting potential for this map.
Spider-Man finds Star-Lord and it just immediately as Venom nearly just kills himself, as Spider-Man just finds Frey, as we just cleanup is just absolutely just on this point right now.
Very well executed early push by Team Jeff there, easily pushing the rest of the team off the point, holding it. They just need to be cautious of the ults coming out soon. There is a couple already up here, and there's a couple which is on 90 odd, 70 odd %, which should be coming up very, very shortly to help either side. On the side of the team, Jeff only has one ult up, which is Rocket. But on the side of Thor here, there is 2 or 3 ults up. One being Star, which is just being used. One being Loki, which is also being used. So it does look like Thor is going to take this point back quickly due to the ult usage they have. But now most of the ults are down, apart from their Penny, which is coming up soon. Maybe their Jeff, which is got 40 odd % remaining, and then their Cloak and Dagger, which still has their ult remaining. So looking for the next fight, it will probably be the ult usage between the supports here, which will determine the victors. But it will be looking interesting of how they're used. So right now they're just trying to control the point, get people off point. I would say both teams just need to try and group up, try and organize their plays. Jeff's team does have the ult advantage, so as long as they play around their ults, play for their strength, they should be fine. But they just need cautious of being overextended, like Wolverine is right here, getting picked because he just slightly overextended away from his supports, away from his Vanguard, which is unfortunate there. But their ults are still available, they can still pop ults to push the point, but I think they're just trying to save them to try and get it without the point. Venom now popping ult to try and push it away, which he doesn't get one, but he does drop one to half health, but that's very easily held up by the team of Thor's side with their support still remaining. Spider-Man does jump in here. Great play from Spider-Man, taking away Jeff there, and then Star-Lord straight after.
Spider-Man trying to though, but Gordon wants to hold on to the point though, but Jeff will now take over. Like, it's a very strong effort just held by...
Sacrificing 2 ults there from the side of Team Jeff. Mantis sitting alone on point while Spider-Man, Logan, and Venom are all sitting in the wings ready to go for it. Wolverine has been spotted out on top of mid-map. Jeff does have ults, they need to be cautious of teaming up here. But if Jeff does catch the whole team and run off the map with them, they will die. Wolverine now going in, just trying to do some damage. He does almost get caught out here. He does get away with just a scrap of his health. Spider-Man and Venom, I think, going on for the engage. There's just be cautious with the Jeff ult here. As long as they stay around their Jeff's team, Jeff will have a harder time singling them out. They have still got a single ult remaining, which is Rocket's ult, but I think that is just about to be used here, if not have just been used, where Venom's ult has just come up.
Be futile as they just find free as Venom looks to be picking up next. He just makes some sort of attempt to hold on to the point though, as 4 people look to him, trying to melt him. So people just are now coming back to the point that it helps with Venom, as he literally tries to hold on to the point though, and just goes into overtime. As we now look as Magneto takes out Wolverine, as we look maybe take this, as Paul had actually managed to flip the point in an absence though, and they look to Venom though, who's now taking back to full HP, and Magneto looks to be able to use his ult here and try to clear out the points and maybe just hold on to what little control that they may have left. And now we see Star-Lord take out Mantis though, as we look to clear out the other support though, as we may actually see a completed wipe here actually, reverse repeat of the initial encounter. And yes, we see again Star-Lord take out Wolverine for a second time, and now we see the team just completely annihilate as Venom just makes some sort of attempt to hold on, but it's just absolutely futile as we see Thor make the upset as they dethrone Jeff.
Very well played by both sides. Jeff taking the first point, which was very crucial for them going forward. However, Thor was able to claw it back in the second game with a very, very tight game, and the third game being as tight, if not slightly tighter, with the overtime to take the point, which was unfortunate there. I think there was a couple of misplayed ults, mistimed ults on the side. They also, a couple of the supports grouping up too much on the Jeff's, looking at the Jeff, just because of Jeff just taking them, running off the map with them. Even though Jeff does go down, two of their supports were always taken down, if not three of their players were always taken down with the Jeff ult. So it was very unfortunate for the side of that. They just be cautious on the Jeff timing, looking at the Jeff ult, and when it is up, only try and focus him out to get rid of him, or try and force him to make the play on a single target, which was very unfortunate. Or maybe possibly play around their team to make Jeff almost take their team with them. So that being said, very well played by Team Jeff and Thor there. Thor do take that 2-1, which is unfortunate. So Jeff now has 1-1, lost one, and they played another one, which I do not know the score, but the scores will be put out after the stream anyway, so everyone will be knowledge of them. Thor has played 2, lost 1, 1-1. Mantis has played, I think, 2 games now, won both. Psylocke has played 2 games, I think, lost 1. I can't tell you about the second one because I do not know the results yet. And Strange has played 2, and I do not know the results to either of them either. So the results will be posted on our social media and on Discord, so everyone will be able to check them out, see which teams they prefer, see which teams they want to like take to the top, get behind, kind of thing. But right now, 3 teams are looking very, very strong. Thor's looking strong, Jeff's looking strong, and Mantis, of course, with that complete whitewash in both their games, looking very strong. So the next games coming up should be Strange versus Thor. So we've just seen Thor play. So they could have exhaustion kicking in after that last game, especially being grueling, going to 3 maps. Marvel Rivals is a quick game to finish, but it's also a fast-paced game of the movement, the ability usage, the cooldowns, and especially the aim and stuff like that. So it can be mentally draining of just keeping up that momentum, keeping up that speed. There's hardly ever breaks in Marvel Rivals of grouping up because of how fast the points progress in this. It's very much of, they take the point, you've got 2 chances, otherwise the third chance you kind of already lost unless you can take it in overtime. So, but we haven't seen Strange play the games yet. They played 2 other games, but we haven't seen them. We don't know the results, or from what I've seen from our side. But of course, our team knows results. They will be posting them after. So it will be interesting to see how Strange play. But we've just seen Thor play, and it will be interesting to see if they can carry that momentum they've just done in that last game, or they will struggle because of their mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion after the fast, long-paced game they had last game. So from this matchup, I don't know who will win, especially how the other games have gone. But this is going to be very interesting and very, very fast-paced, like the other games. And hopefully it's going to be another great one to see.
Well, as we saw, like, they clearly took what I said, maybe like quite literally, actually, as constantly, as I was saying, just like, the strength that Thor had was that they kept healing for one another and just like constantly supporting their supports, as Venom and Spider-Man want to look in, trying to like take out anything together. But obviously, like Thor literally constantly just like obviously like stood the ground, put the foot down, and said like, no, we will not be harassed, we will not be assaulted by you guys, and constantly just like survive just by coordinating and playing together as a team and such. Which Jeff's tactic of just constantly just diving in only seemed to really matter. Worked previously on Psylocke just due to just there seeming to be just like a bit of decommunication at some points of the match. As I will also say, like Thor did it as well though, when they had time and they just seemed to just like try to just just keep going in one at a time. Though it only seemed to work, as it seemed to be that like Jeff just did not want to seem to look at the people that were just alone on the point together. As they saw there was, especially on the second map, that there was times where just there was just one person just like wandering onto the point, and just Jeff just kind of just let him kind of just like do poke damage and such, rather than just try and just like just deal with them just for overextending and such. So I'm not too sure just like if this will be decisive in terms of for being the new crown champions and such, in terms of like the strongest team we've seen so far, as well as like Jeff. So I will say the tank who was playing Grim and such, the thing, was doing a very good job at just like controlling the space that Venom very much wanted to take and such, and just constantly just doing enough damage that just to force him to like back off and such, just constantly getting him down to half and just having him just want to get out of there just so he can keep enabling his team just by having his presence be there alone and such. So I don't know if we will expect just like more strong performances from Jeff after this, if the mental will get crushed from this sort of performance. What do you think?
I don't think Jeff will take this loss as a complete loss, because they did win the first map, and they did win it quite decisively. It wasn't it was quite a one-sided victory. The second one was literally just slight misplaying, not playing around their ults properly, and just slightly too teamed up around the Jeff when Jeff had his ult. Just because Jeff just took 3 or 4 of their supports out the game at one point, at multiple points of the game, just doing it with his ult. A little bit too mismatched, with the supports being slightly too close together or not spread enough to give a wide area berth, but also just slightly too much pressure on the point in the second point. The third point was kind of an interesting one, because they had the potential to do it, they had the fights to do it, but unfortunately they could never control the points properly. But we are going into the next game here, which is Strange versus Thor. It does look like the picks and bans are going to come out shortly. Hovering a lot of Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Luna Snows, Cloak and Daggers. It does look like there's a lot of new picks being hovered. Maybe a Loki ban coming out from one of the sides. Yep, a Loki ban coming from blue side here, and a Doctor Strange ban getting picked from the red side. And from my memory, it will be Strange on the blue side and Thor on the red side, if I'm not mistaken. The producers can confirm or deny that. Strange on red. Strange is red. Cool. So 2 bans coming out from Strange here, being the Doctor Strange ban, and I think that is Invisible Girl. Yes, Invisible Girl, and then Wolverine and Loki coming out the side of Thor bans. Instantly after that, the Thing being locked in the side of Thor, Thing being locked in, Star-Lord being locked in, Adam Warlock being locked in, Hulk or Bruce Banner being locked in, and Magic being locked in.
Will we see the fastball special maybe, for if they lock in the Wolverine, perhaps?
And then you look on the side of Strange, a Luna Snow being locked in, which is common when she's not banned. Another Bruce Banner, Iron Man, which is an interesting one, because we haven't seen Iron Man. Iron hasn't been seen a lot. Cloak and Dagger, a very stable support being used. Magneto and Halia coming out. This can be very interesting, because Halia and Iron Man are a very, very strong combo, especially with their ults and their abilities. They're very, very easily can one-shot an entire team together with their ults combined. Luna Snow being the most stable support, being the strongest support in my opinion with her ult, especially being able to just control a team fight from that. Whereas in the other side has another Luna Snow, but they do not have the one-shot potential the teams have. Star-Lord does have very, very good burst damage and duration damage, but not the one-shot insta-kill combo that Strange has. And here we see already Bruce Banner and Magic going down straight away, followed quickly by someone else, and Luna Snow, Magneto going down. Strange really walking over Thor here, just taking him out one by one. Very well played quickly. Strange moving up slightly more just to hold them at a certain choke point to not allow them to move around them, to get around them. Winter Soldier going in to try and get a pick on one of the supports here, but unfortunately getting picked back himself by Halia. Very good aim there, and very good, well played. So here we see again another choke. They're kind of stuck at this choke point here now. The Hulk not being able to really push through much. Captain America now being picked up on the side of Thor here to try and give themselves some advantage, to give themselves some push. But Strange just not allowing them to do anything, just keeping pushing them back, keeping in that choke point, not giving them much room to breathe. Star-Lord now being picked as well. Bruce Banner going back in, but unfortunately getting dropped ridiculously low. Magic going in to do some damage and dropping back out. There's not much. There is a lot of damage going over, but not enough sticking to allow the push. Luna Snow now popping ult to make them do the push. However, a counter Luna Snow coming back out in the side of Strange to keep them up, to keep them fighting. Thor's Luna Snow will drop quicker than Strange's, so Strange will have the ult long enough to just keep them up, keep them healthy while they start whistling down Thor here. And Thor getting another pick from them. Luna Snow dropping, Star-Lord dropping, Hulk being very low now. Almost dropping to his regular form, which is unfortunate there. Having to pop ult to keep himself up and keep himself in his Hulk form, which is now dropping as Hulk now switched back to his Bruce Banner form, which is unfortunate. Just missing the shot there, but Halia being able to clear up the Bruce Banner kill. However, Luna Snow has tried to go for a backline. Hulk is there to try and get it off. Magic doing the exact same thing on the side of Thor here, but I'm not sure if that's going to do much. But they are getting a huge benefit of this, keeping them in overtime to keep them pushing. Cloak and Dagger having to back off in the side of Team Strange, giving them some breathing room. Bruce Banner being knocked out of his form on the side of Team Strange. There is still an Iron Man ult up. If he times it right, he can kill half the team here, which can be a very crucial ult. But instead, he just uses Chest Laser Cannon just to try and whittle the team down, just try and get them low enough just to give an open path. Captain America now going onto the Luna Snow just to try and get her low, just to try and kill her. She is now quarter health remaining, but there are still dropping too many people on the side of Team Thor, being able to push that point back. Now going back into overtime. Still, Team Thor trying to hold on with as much as they can, switching to the Jeff to give them more speed, switch to the Magic to keep them pushing. However, they cannot get back in time. Strange now takes the first point. Very well played by Strange. Almost a too dominant performance. There was a slight chance which Thor had it to take the point just because of the backdooring, but unfortunately Strange was just there to hold it, get them back, group up, and then jump back on the point and just clear them out very efficiently. We do see a change of support here. Jeff being taken up from the instead of the Luna Snow, and the two tanks being Bruce and Captain America now being switched for Iron Man and Venom. This is going to be very interesting how these tanks team up and switch around. However, Rocket now being switched out from the Thor to give them a triple support now instead of having a double tank, and Magneto being switched out for the Venom here to give them more frontline tank instead of a more dive tank. On the side of Team Strange, not much change there. Still playing the similar comp. Iron Man going out in front on the map, as you can see. Hulk coming up the rear. Hulk first one getting to the point. Iron Man still hovering in it, almost trying to keep himself hidden, ready for the combo. Magic trying to go in. Iron Man spotting her out, doing some major damage, but she's be able to get back into her team to be healed up. Hulk still holding the front line, giving everyone a massive shield, just pushing them forward with Magneto following behind. Luna Snow now being picked out on the side of Team Strange by the Magic. Magic doing what she does best, running to the back line and trying to one-shot people. She is now going in to try and do more damage on the Halia, trying to pop her. However, Halia was able to get out very quickly. Bruce / Hulk getting away from it. Jeff going for an ult here. However, I'm not sure he got much out of it. Let's see if he managed to get people out. Trying to get the Hulk. He does get the Hulk out of it. Unfortunately, didn't get much out of it. Almost wasting himself at the same time. Giving Iron Man free roam to literally one-shot their whole entire team. Well played there. Iron Man now going on another rampage, clearing out the point, not being able to do much about it. Giving Strange the priority on the point, allowing them to capture it first and start progressing it. Very well played by Team Strange there. Unlucky that Jeff didn't catch more with the ult, but very well played by Team Strange, using that Jeff move away, trying to get the Hulk to their advantage, and Iron Man picking off the squishy members of the team and the other support, giving them free roam to just walk over the rest of the team. Well played the Strange there. And again, going back in, Luna Snow trying to keep people up, but not quick enough. Two of their teammates have dropped already, giving Strange a huge number advantage. Going in again, Magic trying to do what Magic does best, trying to pick them up. However, Halia and Strange's support were not having any of it, keeping Halia up, keeping the team up. Halia with a lovely double headshot to guarantee a lot of damage coming over, getting 2 more picks. Looking at how it's going, Strange looks like they're going to take this point as well very easily. Magic is coming back in, trying to get people, but unfortunately catch the Hulk, no one else, so she doesn't get much out of that and gets picked instead, putting herself at a huge, putting Team Thor at a huge disadvantage here. On the side of Team Strange, there's still 3 ults up, now all being used to try and keep themselves up. Hulk using his ults just to do some major damage, keep them off the point, giving himself more tankiness. Hulk's ult now running off. Team Thor trying to just get back in the point any means necessary, rushing to the point as fast as they can. However, it's not quick enough. Overtime finishes, and Team Strange take the second one, match as well, giving them a 2-0. Well played to Team Strange, taking this whole game.
What an incredible match, honestly. Just like as we thought, Thor would be playing in such a strong fashion as well. We thought maybe Thor would actually be able to have a fairly decent enough foothold in the match. So we did see some very strong moments from them, though. It just seemed that they're always just like on the back foot constantly. Like just incredible match, honestly. Like skill from both sides, just it's been banger after banger after banger so far in terms of match quality. Any words?
Not much from me. It's almost the same as what I was saying. That every team we've seen so far has been playing very, very well. There's some stuff which you cleaned up on a lot of the teams. Other teams are more proficient than others. Like for example, that Strange side, the Jeff team playing their first game was very, very strong. Mantis playing their game was exceptionally strong. Thor playing versus Jeff in the last game we just saw, which is their first game we saw of them. Very well played by them in that game to claw back a 2-0, 2-1 victory for themselves against Jeff's. So it's going to be interesting how these teams progress further, because this is the first time they're playing versus each other to see strengths, weaknesses, see how comps change. We do have one more match remaining, which is going to be Strange and Mantis. So this can be a very interesting game. Mantis played exceptionally strong in their first game, almost being overly dominant, and Strange having the exact same just in the last game, being overly dominant, controlling everything from start to finish. There was a couple of hiccups here and there for Team Strange and for Team Mantis, but overall they both had very, very, very strong performances. So these two teams are going to be a hell of a fight against each other. But this is going to be a very, very good series and very, very good tournament from what I've seen. All teams are very, very well put together. All teams are well thought through, and all I all I think could be the difference maker of who practices more, who comes together as a team more, who has the best communication and who is the better comps from what I've seen. Because it does look like some comps are better than others, and it does look like some comps are going to be played a lot, other comps are going to be played not as much. But it does look like that the top supports will be Lunar Snow, Cloak and Dagger, those kind of supports being brought out a lot, if not banned.
Well, just like the only thing I can offer just like for in terms of advice, just like on the first initial like fights and just not after just like one of the reasons why they were just like held so well is just like Ford seemed to just not want to like try and take some form of off angle in order to enable just like pressure from multiple sides and stuff. If they had allowed one of the DPS to go through and try and sneak just like go through and just like poke from a different side to be able to allow more pressure and such, able to have attention drawn away from them and such, and able to just constantly allow for more pressure and more attention, which would allow for the tanks to actually push forward further, as the supports would be able to have to focus on the jewels and such with the other DPS, while obviously having to keep the tanks alive, which more than enough to enable some sort of slip up from them to enable Thor to actually push further forward. And I believe, I wonder if they'll take that these lessons going into the next match they may face, which I believe is Cyclops.
Mantis.
Oh, Strange Breath.
Next game is Strange vs Mantis, but both teams be playing very very well. Strange vs Mantis will probably be the closest game we've seen so far, apart from Jeff and Thor, which was a very very close game. The reason why I say this is because both teams have been heavily dominant throughout the games, and Mantis, especially in their first game, and Strange in the game we just saw, have been showed that they are not to be messed with, taking both rounds very very quickly back to back. So this will be very very interesting to see how they play out, and I do think that Mantis and Strange have the highest ranking teams overall in the competition, but that doesn't mean anything in competitions like this. You can have the highest ranking players, yet they don't come together, and the slightly lower ranking players will walk over them because they're a team competition, better communication. So in games like this, it's very much the case of communication, skill, and overall comps that use determine the outcome. Like I said before, this series and tournament will be an amazing one. So everyone stick around for any updates, anything, and we will be streaming regularly every Thursday for these games. So everyone should stick around and watch these games because this is going to be a good one. So shortly we shall be going into our last game, Strange versus Mantis. Just waiting for, I think, a couple of players to join the lobbies, get everything ready, get everything sorted, and then we should be getting going very. If you got anything to add, got anything to say about the team contribution so far, got any things of what you've seen, like repetition, like what's been better compromise, what's been better in the best. Actually, let's go for best Vanguard you've seen.
Vanguard's a support, isn't it?
Tank.
Yep. Yep. I don't. I'm still getting used to all this.
It's fine. Some of their stuff is very confusing to go for. So Vanguard is their tanks, Duelist is their DPS, and support is. That's the way to remember it.
That's a no-brainer with the support one, isn't it?
So going from Vanguards, as of today, your top Vanguard you've seen so far throughout the game.
If we're talking in terms of just raw survivability, it'd definitely be Venom. As we've seen multiple times, like when he's gone down to half HP, he just like pops shields and easily gets to 1k HP, just like absolutely broken. And as well as just like it's a strong support line, just like fucker just doesn't die. You know, just like I've experienced some good Venom in my game as well. You focus shooting him and then he just does not die. Just like Enough venom.
Let's just say for overall, so not just viability, yeah, game control, how they're controlling the game, their overall damage, their overall like just control of a certain point or certain choke point of the games, which say Vanguard wise has been the best for that. For example, my one Magneto because heavy shielding, him just being able to control certain points, plus his ult being able to clear out sections very very. So him, in my opinion, is my favorite Vanguard for that. Uh, what would you say in your wise instead of just survivability across the board as the best Vanguard series?
I'm gonna agree with Magneto pick. So it's a reason why we've constantly seen his pick. Well as just like his ultimate as well, which like if you literally meet on the other end of it, one shot and it has a decent enough radius as well that just when you hear like him fall for it, like you have to respect it. And here we go into Hydra's Carcerus base.
Which is Hell's Haven, the first map. This is going to be Strange vs Mantis. Strange, I think, the blue side here, and Mantis on the red side. This can be a very, very tight game. As you can see already, Mantis locking in champions already. I don't think there's any bans this time.
Oh,
Yep, no bans, so it's going to be a reset of the game.
oh,
So it can be a quick reset of the game. Unfortunately, the bans were not done properly. So we're going to have a quick reset, make sure it's competitive, you switch the bans on, that good stuff. So we'll quickly come back to us. Best duelist you've seen so far?
definitely, probably. I would say Wolverine. Just like he's able to just just like a little honey badger. He's just constantly scratching away at everybody, just chipping the HP down. So I'd also have to say probably I'm gonna say maybe I don't know. I'm torn between like Wolverine and maybe Cloak and Dagger's the DPS as well, isn't it?
Cloak and Dagger.
Ah, I'm making a fun of me on stream.
Without playing the game and without having a lot of experience
Yeah,
game.
I've only gotten locked in 7 hours so far.
Yeah,
Just
it's hard.
7 hours is not enough, I tell you. Chat.
It's hard to know all the champions in their position. But so your highest duelist right now is Wolverine. I would have to say mine is Magic, just because of her sheer damage in the back.
Magic as well, just like
taking out the supports, getting rid of them out of the game.
Yeah, Magic has just a lot of raw damage potential. If she goes unchecked, she will literally like tear your backline a new. Like she had, like no matter just like you have to pay attention. It's just like if you don't, then your support's going to be dead, and you're going to be complaining about why you have no. Them's all fact, and you're going to have some big, strong blonde lady just berserk level style sword. You're just dead.
So we're now going to reload the game. This time it's a different map. We're going to Brian T'Challa, which is back in the Emperor of Wakanda.
At least I'm not drinking, Brian. Yeah, we won't talk about the first word. We'll just call it T'Challa.
Again, Strange on the side of blue side and Mantis on the side of red side. So here we see pre-shows here. Let's see the bands coming out right now. On the side of blue, on the side of Strange here. It looks like it's going to be a
Immortal band, Star-Lord as well,
and a Storm and a Star-Lord band on either side. So Strange taking away the Namor and Mantis taking away the Star-Lord. Star-Lord possibly going for a Psylocke ban here. Yeah, it does look like
questionable choice if you ask me. Not too sure why they'd choose Psylocke.
Well, Mantis, their team comp Psylocke can counter their team comps that we've seen so far very, very easily and very quickly. whereas Strange have gone for, we've seen how strong Wolverine is, getting rid of it.
Yep.
They can't really do the magic Wolverine combo backline dive, but it does look like Strange is completely switching up their comp here. Double Vanguard, going for a Strange and Hulk. Their support's going for Loki and Cloak and Dagger. Surprisingly, Luna Snow hasn't been taken for this one, but Loki can be a better support than Loki into team comps. Iron Man being picked up again, and it looks like Iron Fist being picked up for the first time in the tournament. However, on the side of Mantis, Magic being picked up again, Winter Soldier being picked up instead of the Wolverine this time. Cloak and Dagger being picked up. I think that's Invisible Girl being picked up as well. The Thing and Magneto being picked up. So both are very, very even in team comps. Both go in similar play styles. 2 Vanguard, 2 support, 2 duelists. But it does look like that one has gone for more of a defensive one-shot comp and using portals to jump into their enemies. But the other one is looking for more of a front to back or back to front style wipe here. So instantly we see a strong push from Strange side here, going for a early trying to kick that by Iron Fist and the Hulk here, just jumping into them trying to get early stuff. Iron Fist is getting caught out there, but managing to jump back to enough to get near to the Hulk defend. Strange does have one picked here. I think that is the Iron Fist and Magic going down. Oh, Iron Man going down. So they lost both their duelists here. However, on the side of Mantis here, one of the duelists going down, Winter Soldier going down very, very quickly. Iron Fist getting back, managed to clear out one of their duelists very, very quickly. Some sort of glitch going on there. I think Iron Fist, like Magic going back in from the side of Mantis here, not getting much out of it. And
Iron Man goes definitely low here. Unfortunately, but he gets
going behind the wall, very well played, getting out Minecraft allowing them back up. Iron Fist going back in, getting a pick, however, now getting picked back himself. Iron Fist meditating, trying to get his health back, very well played by that.
Magneto is getting collapsed now because he will down the Hunter's table. He intended to, and we see one of his teammates taken out, as another team also taken out quite as well. You see Hulk in the end, there's no use of roll, Iron, and well,
Iron Man
could help his health when you got maximum pulse.
Iron Man counteracting the Luna Snow ultimate, stop the push perfectly, very well played by that. Just taking out Luna Snow, and I think that was Moon Knight just taking them away from the fight. Magic does have ult, can push here if needed. Does go in trying to get some clean hits there, trying to whip it down. Hulk does go in. Hulk pops ult, trying to keep himself healthy. Iron Fist following up very, very quickly. Nice catch from the Hulk up on the Magic there. Magic does manage to counter it. Popping ult now. The Stranger's team has grouped up, so it does give Magic a lovely entry point from that. However, unfortunately, not being able to find all their team from it, but managing to find enough to give themselves pressure, push the point, managing to stop their progress on 94%. Very well played by Team Mantis there. Unlucky. See how this push goes from Team Strange, try and get back the point. See if they can confirm the first point. Doctor Strange and Iron Fist going in first, trying to slow damage, trying to go chip away at them. Iron Fist dropping back to try and get himself healthy again, healed up. Iron Fist almost dropping quickly. However, I think it's
Cloak and Dagger dropping almost instantly from the focus damage. Bruce losing his form, dropping instantly from the onslaught of Team Mantis. Have lost one back. I think that's the Winter Soldier dropping. Iron Man being low, being healed up very, very quickly. Luna Snow popping ult and point just to keep everyone healthy. I think that's Winter Soldier switched their Halia to give some damage to Mantis. Loki still low. Halia being picked up on the side of Team Strange as well, just giving more damage here. Loki going back in with clones, trying to give some pressure. Doctor Strange following him. Mantis getting caught here almost, dropping to half health, being now healed back up. On the side of Mantis, someone being picked very, very quickly there, just getting them out of the fight. Team Strange still has all their members. On the side of Mantis, Magneto being caught out, Magic being caught out. I think that's Invisible Girl being caught out. No, Cloak and Dagger being caught out, sorry. Allowing to push back, get the point, and give them the first match. Well played, Team Strange. Mantis played well as well. Get that push back, but unfortunately we pushed back at the last point. So so Team Strange got the first point. Well played. So from the team comps, nothing's really changed here. They've both gone places. However, the Team Mantis have dropped a Vanguard to take another support and another duelist here. So it looks like their support has switched out, taking another duelist here just to give them a loss of damage. Luna Snow being taken, Cloak and Dagger now being taken, Scarlet Witch being picked up for the first time in this series so far. Whereas in Team Strange is stuck with a very similar comp, staying true to themselves. Taking the Loki, the Hulk, the Halia, the Iron Man. As you can see from this first push, Team Mantis trying to find a shot through. Luna Snow being picked off very, very quickly by Team Strange. Team Strange also pick another one. Iron Man so close to death he doesn't even have a health bar anymore on the screen. However, he was healed up very, very quickly by his supports. Magic being caught by Team Strange as well, giving them the point advantage, allowing them to have free round point. Team Mantis need to regroup here, trying to go off their victories, trying to group up, trying to do something. However, Halia going right around the corner, picking off straight away Luna Snow. Luna Snow is not having this a good game on this side of Team Mantis. Magic now being picked off on the side of Team Mantis. Well played, Team Strange. Pushed them all the way back almost to their spawn camp and making sure they can't come out. Holding the choke points, holding the spawn doors. With the whole of Team Strange having ults, it will be hard to just push back. Winter Soldier does have ult on the side of Team Mantis. Let's see if he can do something about it. Luna Snow now picking up ult, Magic now picking out, Scarlet Witch now picking out ult. Scarlet Witch and Magic both using ult at the same time. Scarlet Witch now being picked off from that. Hulk using ult, Halia using ult. All the ults being popped as soon as they come off cooldown. Captain America now trying to take the point. However, Hulk would manage to get back, dragging Captain America off. All ults being used apart from Luna Snow, Magneto, and Doctor Strange's ult. Loki has now got his ult back. Halia is getting shredded, but being kept up by the supports on Team Strange. Captain America almost going down, grabbing some health backs to try and get some health because he's nowhere near his supports. Magneto almost getting shredded by the side of Team Strange. Team Strange now losing one of their players. Halia almost dead. Luna Snow popping ult to give Team Mantis a huge pushing advantage onto point. Cloak and Dagger now being dropped on the side of Team Strange. Halia now back up. Hulk, however, dropping his form, being pushed into Banner, getting picked. Iron Man getting picked. Doctor Strange being picked. I would say for right now, Strange team just need to group up, a reload, get ready to push again, just like Team Mantis did. However, their push, all they need is one big push, killing three of the Team Mantis, to guarantee them the point because they're so close to winning it.
Smoke finds one. In.
Captain America taking a couple of picks there. Team Strange almost falling apart here, not being able to group up. Mantis taking opportunities to just pick them off one by one, going in individually. Squirrel Girl now being picked up on the side of Team Mantis, giving them some huge long range damage potential. Team Strange really needs to look for something here, just a pick or something just to go in. They still have Loki ult. Their other ults are still coming up slowly, but they're not coming up quick enough. They need to start doing damage. They need to start pushing in. Here you go, Doctor Strange portal coming out. Let's see if this does anything. Trying to loop around, trying to get a choke on something. Doctor Strange going in. Iron Man going in. That whole team jumping in. Haley almost dead. Hulk almost dead. Hulk now out of form. Haley popping ult, try and pop some damage here. Haley not getting much from it. Two have died beside Team Mantis though. Iron Man now going. Loki now going. Loki getting a double kill. Haley picking up another kill. Strange have taken the point back to overtime. See if Mantis can get here quick enough to keep it in overtime. However, they don't get it. That's very unfortunate. Strange take both matches. This is a huge win for Strange, solidifying them as one of the top teams in this tournament so far. Well played by Strange. Unlucky to Team Mantis. Very well played by both teams. A showcase of some of the best gameplay we've seen so far. So having said that, going through all the matches, very well played by all teams. It was amazing matches to watch. Very close on most of the games. There was a couple of one-sided games here and there, but most of them were very, very tight, very fast-paced, very action-packed. I can't wait to see more of them in the future streams to come. So having said that, from the looks of the teams, it has looked like that the top teams to watch out for is Strange, Mantis, and I think Thor and Jeff are on an even playing field as well. I think the top 4 teams right now to look forward to. Strange and Mantis obviously being at the top. Strange being the top one, I think, so far. Then Mantis, then Thor, then Jeff on almost an even playing field. That's what I would rank the teams. How would you rank the teams, Jade?
I would probably say from like Jeff. There are still a few top 4. It's like best would Jeff, Mantis, and Strange. I'd say. I feel like there's back and forth, but like I think we need to see the whole series play out. Decisive as this is the best team. Strange and Mantis definitely have moments back and forth.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I'm just saying from what I've seen so far of this round robin, we've seen so far that the top 2 teams are Mantis Strange. However, this is only the first week of streams. Next week's streams can be completely different. Jeff could come out on top, which I'd love to see. However, these games are amazing. I'm looking forward to all of them and the streams to come. Everyone stick around. There will be more and more streams to come, more and more games to come, and eventually people competing for the top spot in this tournament. So, having said that, myself and Jade, I think it's clear to say that we are really thrilled with these games, and we're signing off for today, and we'll see you and catch you next Thursday for the next stream. Everyone come back. We'll have more intense gameplay. So for myself and Jade, take care.